was this, the 4th round of RWB Open. This is your boy Cupcake, as well as my co-commentator, Presidio Dog, aka Presidio Dog, or wait, no, Kit Kat. Kit Kat.
Yep.
Yes.
That's me. Hello. How are you? Good to have you.
Yep.
Good to be had.
Oh man, we had some technical difficulties earlier tonight, so we just decided to cut our old streams and pretty much decided to restart this one. So we kind of got a little bit.
I'm ready to get them going before they all get upset and leave. So let's just get this race going. We'll make up for our lack of color commentary from the beginning.
Yes.
But here we go. We're going to get this race started for them. Cupcake, it's good to have you, man. This is our first time getting to commentate together. I'm really excited.
Oh, I am too. I am pumped, especially after listening to a lot of your streams. I'm excited. So.
Oh, whatever. Yours are way better. The Joey Cannoli show.
Oh no, the Cupcake
and Cannoli.
Cupcake and Cannoli show. Yep.
Yep.
It's good stuff. You know, I love commentating. I just have a blast with it, and I have a lot of fun. So, speaking of fun, we're about to kick off the 1-hour endurance race. We had Turbo first, Francisco second, Gr3 driver third, Joey fourth, J-Rod fifth, Winkle sixth, Kid seventh,
Here they go.
Venom J-Rod. Ooh, got a little bit squirrely there. Turbo, though, he's pulling away right off the bat, going into the first corner. And did everybody make it through? Looks like it. So, ladies and gents, we have got a race on our hands. And we've already got a battle here between Francisco and Joey Cannoli. Joey's going to go past him. Francisco's going to get a little bit wild there, but looks like Winkle is trying to take every bit of advantage that he can.
Oh, who's that going sideways? That was Baylor's. Almost lost it.
Oh, man. But you know what? You know what? We're not even a minute into the race. So, still got quite a long time to go.
You know, this interesting. I'm looking at some of the strategies. Turbo, who's currently leading, is riding his hards. Rusty right behind him on softs. Joey on softs. Everybody's on softs. Vasco's on his medium. So a couple of these guys are getting them all out of the way. And Trology is on his hards. So we got a couple people, looks like they're just trying to get those hard tires on and off as fast as they can. Although Turbo is still leading with his hard tires. So maybe he wants to stick on them a little bit.
Yeah, and what's interesting to see also is how well Turbo, never mind, I was going to say how well Turbo was maintaining the lead, but looked like he had just gotten to the ditch there. If you want, you can replay that probably about 10 seconds back and see exactly what happened there. Meanwhile, I'm going to check out this battle here between Winkle and J-Rod.
I cannot get my replays to work. Something is not happening.
Man.
I hit the mark, but it didn't do it. So I apologize we missed that one. We are having all kinds of problems today. I don't understand.
From people getting stuck on the track to getting disconnected to freezing. But, you know, the one guy that's not having any issues right now, and that is Baylor's. He has managed to climb into 3rd position at the moment. Meanwhile, J-Rod is trying to take over Winkle, which Winkle's going to go into the dirt. And looks like, is he going to be spinning out? No, he manages to save it, but he drops all the way down to 10th.
Oh, he does. Look at that. Ah, that's a shame.
Yep. GAGT driver, or our fearless leader, I should say, is running in first with about a 2.7 second lead over Joey Cannoli in that gorgeous Porsche.
Yep, he's not too shabby. I knew he was going to stick around. They're both running on softs. They both have about the same amount of fuel. Actually, Rusty's got a hair more, so it's not going to be a big deal. But Baylor's all the way up to 3rd in that Aston Martin. It did not take him long. Last to 3rd, not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad. And he is out for blood.
Yep, and that Aston Martin of J-Rod's and following him up too. He's about 8 seconds back from the leader, but it's a 60-minute race. We got plenty of time to catch up.
Yep,
right
and
behind him, you got Kitchuation. And what is that he's got? Oh, he's in the Porsche also. Yep.
Yeah, he's in the Porsche, and sorry to interrupt here, you might need to get your eyes checked because J-Rod is rocking a beautiful Jaguar.
Oh, you're right. Sorry about that. So that's my old man showing.
Yep. Now, Venom here is running 6. He's rocking the 2011 BMW M3. Francisco, I believe he is in the M6?
Let's see. He is in the M6 GT3 M Power 16. There's 2 people running that car. The one right behind him is running the same car there. Igorski is. They're both running that same car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now I'm watching Francisco here. I'm actually on board with him at the moment. He is battling probably one of his closest buddies in terms of this league, which is Venom. He's trying to get past him for 6th place.
Well, I'm on board with Venom, and right to the inside, he's trying to get in there.
He's trying, and no,
they're
close,
right there.
Close, but no cigar. See, this is a classic case.
Gets a little sideways. Look at that.
Yeah, but
he's gonna
Venom
get the corner.
Recovers. Meanwhile, we've got a caution here, and looks to be Joey Cannoli is wrecked.
Where the heck is he? There he is.
Yeah, he has dropped down to 5th. I'd probably take it back about 13 seconds there. See if you can maybe catch a glimpse of that.
I would love to, but for some reason the replay feature is not working, folks. Let me turn that stuff back on again and see if I can. Nope, the replay's broken too. Wonderful. Well, I'm right on board with Joey, looking behind him, and I can see that Vasco is right there, ready to grab another spot. He wants that top 5 spot.
Yeah, and I'm looking
and
here.
He's making his move on the outside in turn 1. Can't hold it, but he's right there. Joey makes one. Oh, he's going to the inside. Vasco takes the inside, and he steals the spot. Oh, a little bump.
Yeah, but not before Joey giving Vasco there, or Francisco, a little bit of a love tap.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, what a race.
Yeah, and poor Joey's getting harassed at the moment, because first it was Francisco, now it's going to be Venom.
I wouldn't count Joey out. He's got to get his seat underneath him. He needs just a little time to kind of get into his groove, you know. Yeah, but I agree. I mean, we all know how. Front, oh,
sorry,
you're good.
You're good.
Oh, okay. I'm looking up front. We're going to give some love to our first place driver, Rusty. 9-second lead. He is killing it. He has been doing 123s for the last 4 laps. I mean,
yes.
that is quali pace right there, and he is just flying in that car. Still got a half a tank of fuel. His tires look pretty decent.
But they're Baylor's. Sorry to interrupt there. Baylor's went right into the wall at the first turn. So he is now given his 2nd place position to J-Rod.
Oh, what a shame.
Yes, but you know what? We got to give some love here to Kitchuation. He is running in 3rd.
Yeah, look at it. Oh,
and then, Francisco gets into the wall.
No. Oh, and back behind him.
Who was that?
Igorski. Way out in the grass.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
Trology's just kicking it back there in 10th. Just about 42 seconds back in that Ferrari. Remembering, this is the one guy with Tourette's driving on the motion-controlled DTS.
Yes.
So the fact that he's even out here driving is pretty remarkable.
Yes, and people may be thinking, how does somebody with a Tourette's drive with motion controls? And let me tell you who drives those. It's this dude right here. He's probably got the biggest balls in the whole group. I'm being serious, 100% serious, because, you know, during the Super Formula race, he actually did pretty good. Now, speaking of not doing any good, here looks like Joey is wrecked, and he's dropped down to 9th.
Yeah, look at that.
And it's got a little bit of
really
damage
wishing
there.
my replay would work. Ah. Now, Winkle is ghosted out. I think he's just cruising the track in autopilot right now. That's what he's doing way in the back. I don't know if we lost him somewhere or what happened.
I'm not sure.
And Joey goes into the pits, gets on his hard tires.
That's a smart move. Smart move,
Yep.
But Turbo here is clawing his way back up the field at the moment. He is right behind Venom and is going to try and make a move on him. And is he going to be able to do it? No, not through this turn here.
He's waiting. He is 3 inches off the back of that car waiting for a mistake. He goes inside a little bit. He's looking.
Yeah,
he's looking everywhere.
He's trying. He's not only trying to pass Venom, he's pressuring Venom into making a mistake. I mean,
Venom's not giving Baylor's any room to wiggle either. He's right on him. He is making every effort to get around him. He's like, and there's the move. Turbo makes the pass.
Turbo took full advantage of that situation there. Baylor's took the defensive line, and Venom just happened to go a little too far out, allowing that gap to open and allowing Turbo to pass. Now, speaking of passing, Turbo here is going to go for a move on Baylor's. And is it actually going to work? No. No, very gutsy move, though. Very gutsy.
I'm going to ride on board with Baylor's, looking back behind him. And there's... Oh, he's just right there in his slipstream, just waiting for a slip-up. Now, Baylor's is no slouch, but oh, here it comes. He is right there. Baylor's flashing his lights. Does he know I'm looking at him?
He might, you know. I did get
he
word.
Might be watching the stream.
Ooh, situation just got into a situation. He has spun out and now dropped to 4th.
Oh, that's a shame.
It is,
so Baylor's is right there, though.
Yeah, and Francisco now moves into 3rd position.
Wow, okay. See, a lot's happened. It's only been 11 minutes into the race.
Oh, I know. I know. It's keeping me glued to the television.
Situation and Baylor's both hit the pits for full stops. So let's see what tires they get coming out of here.
Yeah, and looking at the current fuel and tire situations, J-Rod is doing a better job at preserving his tires, preserving his fuel, versus our fearless leader. His tires are starting to get a little bit worn. Fuel's about 1/4 of a tank. Meanwhile, J-Rod, he's just at about 1/4 of a tank. So it's going to be interesting to see what their pit strategies are.
Yep. Now Vasco's closed up the gap on J-Rod. I think he's turning some pretty good laps. I noticed something. I was looking at our P1 driver, and he's already made his pit stop. So he's running on softs. I don't think he switched. I don't think he got gas and switched tires. I don't know what he did.
He might have had a little bit of a slip up there. I mean, he was holding a pretty significant lead in the beginning.
Yep.
So,
but it shows a P on his lap 7, so
it doesn't show that on. Doesn't show that on my end.
Maybe
weird.
I'm seeing somebody. Maybe I'm seeing somebody else's there. Oh, there it goes. Lap 4 he pit. Maybe my stuff is all broken.
It might be
That's
broken.
fine.
I'm showing lap 4 as his fastest lap of the race.
Now Vasco has caught up to J-Rod. He's less than a second behind him. And it was about a second and a half, so he is closing in, that is for sure.
Oh yeah, but at the same time, J-Rod clearly has better tires than Francisco. And they're running the same compound as well. They're both running softs at the moment.
Yep. Oh, Kituation gets sideways and he's into the dirt and spins. Baylor's just behind him. Now he's riding on his mediums. So he was trying to get through that, and Baylor's was right on him, running on soft, so he had it all. And look who goes in the pits.
Yep, our fearless leader.
No gas.
No gas. That's interesting.
Oh, I see what he's doing. He's going to go one lap on the hards, and then he's going to get gas and switch tires. He has a lap of fuel left in his car. He's just going to run around on these hard tires and get these things on and off as fast as possible. I'll bet that's what he does. Unless he forgot, and he didn't rehire his fuel guy from the last SF race, did he? He didn't bring that guy back, I hope.
I really hope he didn't, because I fired my guy the minute that all came crashing down. But I'm currently looking at Trology and Cannoli here. We have actually got a very fierce battle for 9th position. Joey is clearly on the hunt to get past Trology. And I really don't think Trology wants anything to do with it. He wants that position. Now, Joey is... Oh!
Well, now he's going to pit.
Yes.
That's one way to make that corner happen a little bit better.
Yes.
So he's gone as mediums, and is he going to softs? I would imagine he goes to softs. He's already done his hards. He came in the pits on his mediums, so he should be on softs the rest of the race. Now Rusty, just like I predicted, into the pits he goes with no fuel left. He's going to get off those hards and onto his softs for the rest of the race, is my thought.
And that is
J-Rod
actually
also in.
Yeah, and that is a very smart move on his end. He wants to get the hard tires out of the way. He wants nothing to do with them. He's telling his pit crew, put them in the dumpster, burn them. I don't care. Give me the softs.
Yep.
But now
J-Rod threw hards on, so he's got to go through those. Now he's got about 8 seconds on Vasco.
But Vasco is flying around the track here, and he is doing battle with our fearless leader for 2nd place.
Yep. Now Vasco's running on softs that are basically brand new, and our leader, Rusty, is on his mediums, and he's sticking it there with him. Well, sort of.
Or so we thought. But Turbo is right behind both of them, and he is on softs.
He is.
Meanwhile, J-Rod's just in a world of his own right now. He's running about a quarter tank of gas. He's on the hard, so I imagine he's going to use the same strategy that Gr3 driver did use. And that was to get rid of the hards, go to mediums or softs, and make a full stop while you're at it.
Yeah. Now, he can see on his track in front of him that white and green Ferrari just up ahead of him, but in the pits he goes. So that's going to give Vasco the lead here in just a moment. And there he goes. Now he's got all the fuel and soft tires, and he's up there. I don't know if he's run any of his other compounds yet. I haven't seen that yet. But
now, what
he's
I find...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, and what I find interesting, G8 driver just pitted again, and is now back to softs.
Again, oh, he got rid of the medium, so he was gonna get off both those compounds. That's smart this early in the race. Get those things out of the way.
It is smart.
Now, we are about to have our first driver go a lap down, and that will be Trology. So as Vasco paces him and Turbo, And smartly, Trology just moves over, lets the faster drivers go by. That's how we do it at RWB. Driving the right way. All right.
And
so,
honestly, that's how you should be every race.
Indeed. So, fourth position, only 8 seconds behind the leader now, is our fearless leader, a Gr3 driver. He's got full tank of gas, soft tires. So, give him a little bit. He'll be right back up there. Because Vasco has less fuel than he does. So, but it's going to be close. They're on a similar pit strategy. And on the same tire compounds. Turbo, though, he's got less than half a tank. He's going to have to pit for both of these guys. Now, Baylor's is getting harassed. Look at this. Gr3 driver is all over his business. I'm going to ride on board with our fearless leader and see how he manages this.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, I'm going to ride along with Baylor's to see how this action unfolds as well.
Now, they have some lap traffic coming up to them here. They've got Trology up there in that Ferrari. They're going to catch him in probably by around the start-finish line, if not a little sooner than that.
I think they're going to catch him right at this turn here, and that may cause a lot of trouble as Baylor's gets into the dirt, allowing Rusty to go past.
There he goes.
Oh. Now Trology spins out.
Oh, man.
Good Lord.
That was a whole lot of spinning.
That was a whole lot of action.
No, Baylor's goes off the track again. Oh. And J-Rod into the pits. He's got some damage. I think he hit something. He's got light damage on his the front side. I bet he's going to fill it up and go to the soft tires.
Yep. That's exactly what he does.
Yep. Now Venom's going to his mediums. Meanwhile, Turbo is caught up to Vasco, half a second behind him. It'll be interesting to see how this battle folds out. These two on Wednesday night at Big Willow were all over each other through that track. It was a lot of fun to see towards the ends of that endurance race.
Yeah, and it was, and I don't know. I was at a loss for words.
Oh no! GT driver spins, but he stays on the asphalt. He pulled the Dukes of Hazzard. He just spun a 360 and kept going straight. That was amazing.
Look,
I wish
man,
my replay was working.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because he knows how to wreck in style.
Alright, J-Rod about 30 seconds back. His pit strategies... Well, Baylor's is going to have to pit long before he does, so that will put him a little closer.
And that's going to be the same with Turbo here, looking at...
Oh, he just passed.
Yes, but here's the thing. He's only got a quarter tank of gas left versus Francisco who has half a tank.
Yep. And Baylor's also has a quarter of a tank. So Baylor's and Turbo are going to have to pit around the same time. And that's going to give Vasco and G8 driver the P1 and 2 at that point. Which would then bring J-Rod up to, well, I don't think he's going to pull Baylor's and Turbo. He's got a 30-second gap to the leader, so it's going to be interesting. He'll pass up Baylor's, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're probably all listening to us now, trying to get what am I going to do? How am I going to take advantage of this information?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I kind of got scolded there on Wednesday because of that.
Yes, you did.
You know, I got to the party chat, and J-Rod's like, thanks for giving away my pit advice, and, you know, all I gotta say to that is, y'all don't like it?
Trology goes around and into the wall.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
And he has stopped? No, he's backing up.
Yep, I think he was getting out of the way, the leaders that were coming up behind him, because the leaders almost ran into him, and they both went off and got a little squirrely on the side of the track when I came into them.
Man, and these leaders are having at it at the moment. I mean, they're just killing it through the track.
Yep. Let's see. Let's do a little Gr3. Turbo. Oh no, that was Vasco. Got a little sideways. He lost a ton of time. He lost a full second to Turbo there. Got in the dirt and got a little sideways. Oh, Turbo in the pits he goes. And Vasco stays out to take over P1. Now let's see, Turbo. I don't remember. Did he already run his other compounds yet?
I believe he did.
I think he ran the hards. I don't know if he's run the mediums. I guess we'll find out what he comes out with. That's a lot of fuel to put in there. And he comes out on his softs. All right. Now that moves GT Driver to 2. Turbo's at 3rd, and J-Rod gets past Baylor's for 4th position.
And Baylor's just barely made it to the pit. And he seems to be smoking. He's been pushing that poor car all race long. Well, his car is smoking. Looking at it here, I mean, it was smoking at the rear wheels, so like I say, he's just been pushing that car.
Now I'm looking out on track, and really, there's no real battles going on except right about here. Well, that was until Baylor's went off the track and slid. So Joey sneaks by. There's a guy we haven't talked to. He was not feeling the love the other night.
He was not. So let's get fixated on him here.
Look at that. We're watching you, Joey. Don't make any mistakes. We're going to stare at you and give you all of the love and attention you deserve.
Now, don't say that now. He clawed his way up to 6. You know, he was, almost a lap down, or a complete lap down, and he's managed to move his way back up, so.
Yep. He's only a minute behind the pace. His car is, the front end of his car looks like he's been pushing dumpsters down this track all day.
It does.
I think most everybody's cars are going to look like that by the end of this race. There's not going to be too many people that don't slide off the track and hit something.
Yeah, but he's been racing. That's the biggest thing. He's been racing his heart out.
Yes, he has. We love you, Joey Cannoli.
Yes.
We gotta let you know. Look at that. We're giving you the whole lap, buddy.
We are. I've been
love.
Fixated on him.
And he didn't crash. Way to go. Should we move away quickly before something happens?
Well, speaking of something happening, Venom looked like he just got to the dirt there. And Joey is going to sneak up on him.
Oh, Venom. Oh, he slows way down, and Joey's going to pull.
Yep.
Right
whoa,
there. Oh, and Joey gets a little sideways. Keep going, Joe. Keep going.
Venom,
and Baylor passes them both.
Yeah, and Venom slows down and allows both of them to pass. Now, who just wrecked? Somebody had just wrecked. I'm trying to figure out who it is. Trology.
Tonight, Vasco's now running on his hards, so it looks like he's going to try to get those out of the way.
Yes.
And look who's back in first position again. Hello there, mister. Good to have you aboard.
It's our leader who's fearless.
Our fearless leader. I'm going to run through our order really quick, just give everybody a heads up. So there is RWB GHGT driver, our founder of RWB, out there shining in his beautiful Renault. And in P2, we've got Vasco Francisco, our world champ and division champ in SF this last season, and the season before that, and probably the season after. So nice to have you, sir. In our third place, we've got T64 Turbo. This dude's fast. He really is fast.
He is.
Fourth position, we've got J-Rod, who is... he's ghosted at the moment. I'm wondering if he's having some technical issues. We'll keep an eye on that here. Why is that happening, I wonder? I don't see anything chatting. Oh, and right behind him, somebody just spun out. Who was that?
Looked to be Situation. Yep, got to a situation. Okay. But running a P5 here, we've got Baylor's
yep.
in the Aston Martin. Joey Cannoli, we're showing you some more love there, bud. Running 6 in the Porsche. Venom 7th in the Beamer. Igorski 8th in the Beamer as well. The Situation is 9th. Trilogy is 10th.
Alright, I'm off the track a little bit. But that's okay. You'll make it, buddy. You'll make it. Well, alright. Looks like GT driver, he's got maybe a lap or two left in the tank, and his tires are shot. But look at his times. I'm not surprised he's up there. 123s, occasionally a 124-25, likely when he's got to get around somebody. But this guy is just consistent and fast. And I think it's going to come down to pit strategy if Turbo can catch up to him, because he's running about the same times.
Yeah, I mean, they are fairly consistent, I mean, time-wise, so I'm curious to see what Turbo's going to run here. He's going to run a 123.01.
That's fast.
That was a full second faster than our fearless leader, GT driver.
Yeah, his last lap was a 124, you're right.
Now, but Francisco...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You're good. Francisco, he's having some issues here. Judging from his lap times, he's ran a 132, a 144, a 130, and then a 124. So...
Well, I believe he went and ran through his mediums and hards, so there's going to be an outlap in there for each of those pit stops, and he's running on the different compound tires. So he's done that over the last 3 or 4 laps. So that might explain those time variations.
Yes, that very well could.
Now, keep in mind, this guy is 30 seconds behind the leader. Rusty is into the pits now, so here he goes. A little bump into the wall along the way, and he'll fill up and get some brand new tires. So that will give Turbo P1 as he comes around. There he goes. So we have not a new leader, but another lead change. That puts Vasco 19 seconds back. Rusty is now coming out of the pits, and Vasco's in his rearview mirror now.
Oh yeah, yep. The angry Canadian is on the hunt.
Indeed. So all the way back to 4th position, we've got J-Rod with a full tank of gas and fresh tires, but he's 49 seconds back. It seems that some pit strategies from our top 3 drivers have really just been really great pit strategies. There's no other way to say it.
And there's not. I mean, the pit strategies is clearly what's making a difference at the moment.
Yep. But that is the beautiful Jaguar.
That is.
Now, not far behind him is Baylor's in his Aston Martin. That's the Vantage, I believe. Yep. That's the
Yep.
Vantage. And then right behind him, Joey Cannoli.
Ah,
Here's
Mr.
looking at you,
Cannoli.
kid.
You know, it sucks I'm not going to have him as a partner for next season.
You never know.
Well,
You never
yeah.
know. It's the luck of the draw, right?
It is the luck of the draw.
All right, Venom is out on softs. I believe he's gone through all of his tires. I haven't paid much attention to that, so the honor system shall be what the honor system shall be.
Yes.
Igorski's out there on his softs. Kituation is on his softs. And Trology is in the dirt on his softs. Full tank of gas. You know, that guy, of course I can say whatever I want about him. That's my son right there driving in that Ferrari.
It is.
He is just learning how to really drive these cars. I mean, he's new to sim racing, and this track is no fun for anybody to learn on. And he's just gonna take his time and get it figured out. So get to driving there, boy, and just learn the drive.
Yes. And relax and have fun.
Yep. He knows it's doable. Our leader currently running in first place is, well, that was the same thing. That was fun. Anyway, he's driving the same car. So that car is definitely a car that could be used out on this track. I've heard some people talk earlier in the day before the race began saying, I don't know about these Ferraris. I don't know if you heard that, but somebody out there was saying those cars are terrible on this track. Might have to disagree a little bit under the circumstances.
Yeah. I mean, they're a very fast car, but I think they get a little bit too loose for me, in my opinion. But if you could tame one of those Ferraris, they're just about unstoppable.
Yep. Well, let's see. We are halfway through this race, a little over halfway. And the guys are just churning these laps. Not a lot of battles going on. There's plenty of gaps in between each of the positions. Towards the end of the race, I imagine that will change somewhat. Baylor's just came out of the pits on mediums, so we'll see how that does for him. Joey Cannoli sitting in our pits. I love that livery, all that red, white, and blue.
It's good stuff. It's always nice to have your own signature livery.
Indeed.
And Trology.
Oh no! Winkle and Trology are both gone. Well, Winkle left a while ago. I don't know what happened to him.
Now somebody just slid hardcore going onto the straights, and that was Baylor. Sorry about the interruption there. I seen a triangle just spin furiously. I did. Yeah, like if it had spun any faster, it probably would have lifted up and moved away from the track.
Flown away.
Yes.
Well, the interesting thing about this series, and one of the reasons that I picked this track, just for a little history lesson on why Presidio Dog does the crazy things that he does and picks these crazy tracks, I was looking at some options where, all right, the last race we had was all American cars on an American track, and I decided we'd let as Turbo goes into the pits, let's see, Rusty is far enough back. They might come out around the same time together. I wanted to take a European track. This track is in, I think it's I'm not going to say it's in Great Britain, but I know it's in Europe. I think it's in England, isn't it? This track, Brands Hatch? I believe it is.
Oh, let me check.
And I thought, well, let's run European cars on this track and see how it goes. And as it stands, by the way, GT Driver is out front again. So he is Got about, see how far he's going. Vasco is in the pits, coming out on softs. And Turbo is only 6 seconds behind GT Driver, with almost a quarter to a half a tank of gas more than he does. So that'll be interesting a little bit later as that comes about.
Yes, but it looks like Turbo's also fighting lap traffic at the moment.
He is. He's having to get around some of these guys, and these guys don't want to get lapped. Not at all. And he makes the pass.
Yep. But just to let you know, Brands Hatch is actually located in West Kingsdown in the UK. So you, sir, are right.
All right. Well, it's okay to be right once in a while.
It is.
So right now we just have a lot of people just churning some laps. Let's give some of these drivers down the pack here that are still trying to catch up a little bit of love. How about we take a look at good old J-Rod here in his Crown Royal Jag, and he seems to be pretty consistent on his times. He's between 124 and 125, 126 here, but he's within about a second and a half every lap, so that's reasonably consistent.
Yeah, it's respectable.
Joey's had a few hiccups here and there, but he had a good 4 laps, all within 2/10 of a second, 2 to 3/10 of a second, so that's pretty good. So man, if there's a driver out there that I just loved watching, that would be Joey Cannoli. He's really good on these GT3, GT4 cars. He just loves. I think I heard him say this a long time ago. He's like, I just love a car that I have to fight around the track. You know, that he's got to whip into shape.
Yeah, and that's clearly one car that you very well could have to fight.
Yep.
But I don't know. Joey's just one of those guys that he never really gets angry. He won't make you angry. And he's just very funny.
Yep. He really, truly is.
And maybe funny looking.
Nice.
Had to throw it out there.
There you go.
Let's give Baylor some love here. Looked like he had just got lapped by our fearless leader. Which, I mean, he was running so strong in the beginning. Well, I mean, he had a little bit of a hiccup, but he was as high as, what, second place?
Yeah. This track just eats people alive. I mean, you have to be... I'm going to use the word perfect, but you have to be consistent, and you have to hit all of your corners the right way. You make one little mistake, and it just...
Yep, like that. Yeah, see, he's flashing his lights at us. He's listening to us.
Yeah, he's listening to us.
Yep, 100%. Hey, Baylor, flash your lights if you can hear us.
Yes, yeah. Well, we're not looking at the front of you just yet, so I don't know if he's giving a flash him or not, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Whip it out Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Show us your... Anywho, hey, so while we have all these guys driving around and looking at stuff, well, I'll keep scrolling through, just giving everybody a little love here and there. Before we get to the heated parts at the end of this race, next Wednesday is going to be a very interesting race.
And why is that?
That is because, my good friend, Situation just goes off the track and hits the wall while I'm looking at him. Sorry, buddy. Commentator's curse. I didn't mean to stay on you for that long. Here, I'll move away. Maybe I'll look at Rusty for a little bit and see if he makes a mistake so somebody can, catch up to him.
Yeah, well, it's too late for that. I'm doing it, so.
There you go.
Yep.
So anyway, next week is our Air France Invitational endurance race at Le Mans. Circuit de la Sarthe, my friends, and we are running in the Group C cars from the 80s and 90s. So it is going to be fast, and it's going to be those Group C cars that are just too much to handle if you haven't driven them before. And it's going to be some epic racing. It's going to be some long, fast straights. It's going to be some windy corners. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yes, but you know what? I think we should be able to handle them pretty well. Because if you don't remember, or can't quite recall, a few weeks ago, the Mastermind of Gentleman's Tuesday not only ran a race at Nürburgring at night, but it was with Group C cars.
Oh, yes. I remember it well. It was an unpleasant experience.
It was very interesting, to say the least. I was using my wheel, and at the end of the race, my arms felt like noodles.
I hear that. You know what's interesting? I was looking at battles on the track, and there really aren't many.
No, but I mean, I'm on board with Rusty here, and Baylor's is refusing to get lapped.
Well, he's already lapped, but he wants it back.
Well, yeah.
I can see that for sure. Okay, I gotta get out of my, get back into spectator mode because my views were all a mess.
Now that was a little bit funky. Baylor's was flashing his lights at G8 GT Driver, and G8 slowed down, allowed Baylor's to pass him.
Interesting. Well, he knows he's got a full lap on the guy. And, he's still flashing his lights. Maybe he's got a loose button.
Yeah, but I don't know. But it's costing G8 GT Driver some time, because his gap dropped from about 5 seconds to about 3 right now. Turbo is taking advantage of the situation.
Oh, look at that. I did not... look how fast things can change. And Turbo is only 3 seconds back there. I'm gonna ride along with this guy inside his car.
And who's that?
See what it's like. With Turbo, I'm gonna ride along inside Turbo's car. He can see Rusty up there. He can see GHG.
Oh,
no,
Rusty!
GHG goes around and around Turbo goes.
Yes. I think those tires are just about shot.
Yeah, just about. Let's see if he.
Yeah, he's gonna pit.
Yep, there he goes.
Hits the wall a little bit there.
There he goes. All right, so Turbo now our leader with 14 minutes left to go. But what's going to be interesting is GT Driver is going to be able to come out, and he will probably be able to, if he fills all the way up, he might be able to take this all the way to the end. With just 14 minutes, it's going to be close. Turbo is going to have to pit soon. So we'll see how that goes. Now, Rusty comes out only 25 seconds behind. And he's still in second place. With a 45-second gap to Vasco.
Yeah, now Vasco's kind of in a world of in his own. I mean, he's about 37 seconds ahead of J-Rod at the moment, but that was before he pitted. He's about 44 seconds behind G8 GT Driver.
Yeah, it's this very interesting scenario. Now, J-Rod's coming around the last turn, and he's heading for the start-finish. Is he going to come out? Nope. Vasco gets out ahead of him. But J-Rod's only 6 seconds back behind him to fourth place. So if J-Rod can muscle his way through, he stands at, well, he's got half a tank of gas and Vasco's got a full tank. So it'll be interesting to see if he can pull a podium out of this, at least. Who'd have thought you could be a minute behind the leader and still be on a podium?
Well, I've seen it happen with the gents over at, whenever they race the 24 hours of Le Mans, so I think anything's possible.
Indeed. Baylor's back, P5. We got Joey at 6. You know, there's a guy we haven't really talked about are these last couple of guys, Venom, Migorsky, and Kitchuation. I want to give them a little bit of camera love. See how they're doing. Now, Venom, he's on a full tank of gas, and on Sauce, he is 2 minutes behind the leader, 45 seconds behind P6. P6 also has a full tank of gas, so I don't see that Venom is going to be able to steal that spot away from Joey Cannoli. Just everyone is so spread out. No one's able to pull the draft off really anybody. Everyone's kind of just running their own little races right now.
Yeah, but this is where you get to see some people shine. You know, a lot of people feed off of their own skills. I mean, you know, you don't want to sit there and always depend on a slipstream. And looking at it here, I mean, it looks like G8 has made up quite a bit of time there between himself and Turbo. Granted, he's about 25 seconds behind Turbo at the moment, but Turbo's going to have to pit here within the next lap or two.
Yep. Vasco, I think he's got enough to make it to the end. We've only got 10.5 minutes left. And he's got 3/4 of his tank of gas, so he might be trying to stretch it out just to keep J-Rod at bay. J-Rod, he's probably gonna have to stop again. I don't know. Let's see. That's gonna be what, 4 or 5 laps left? About four laps left. So he's got enough to make it. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Oh, Baylor's goes around, saves it. He is just sliding that car. His tires are shot. He's out of gas, so he's probably gonna pit this on this corner. Let's see if he goes in.
Yeah, and Francisco gets into the dirt.
Out.
And Francisco gets into the dirt. They're allowing J-Rod to take the spot from him.
No, I did not realize J-Rod was that close to him. Way to
Yes.
go, buddy. Podium spot. It's these last 10 minutes. Everyone's going to put the pressure on Turbo into the pits. He had a 24-second lead. He comes out behind Rusty. Nope. Just in front of him. Oh, only by a second. All right. So GT driver, he's got all the fuel. Both of these guys have everything they need to make it to the end. Oh, this is going to be good. Let's see if Turbo can really pull this one out. That guy, Turbo, when he's out on the track, he is by far one of the best drivers out there, especially on road courses like this. He's definitely one of our top tier drivers. But he's got G8 driver right behind him. I don't know. He's got newer tires. He's got more fuel. But because Rusty's got less fuel, he's a little lighter, and he might be able to squeeze off a tenth or so per lap. And he's got about 5 laps left to do that. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Now J-Rod is being harassed by Vasco. Vasco's like, nope, I want that podium. That is for certain.
Yeah, J-Rod's gonna feel the wrath of Tabasco Vasco there.
He is.
And I'm on board with J-Rod at the moment, and it's interesting to see how close Francisco gets to J-Rod, especially going into turns.
Yep, I'm watching Vasco from back here in the rear camera, and he's putting everything on this track right now. He doesn't have to worry about fuel. Oh, that was close.
Ooh. That got sketchy.
It did. Vasco is just going to keep the pressure on him. He's thinking, all right, all I got to do is wait for him to make one mistake, and that podium's going to be mine.
Well, it's not even that. He's just got to wait on J-Rod to pit.
I don't think J-Rod's going to have to pit. He's only got 7 minutes left. I think he might be able to pull it off.
I don't know. This will definitely be interesting, though.
Yep. So yeah, I guess Vasco could just sit there and wait for him to move out of the way and get his podium spot. Meanwhile, Rusty is still about 2 seconds behind Turbo. He hasn't caught up to him,
Yeah,
which is interesting.
Yeah, so he's lost a little bit of time.
Well, he does have older tires than Turbo. Turbo probably sees him coming, so he wants to put some distance between them there. Or maybe Rusty's just content with having a second place finish. I can't see that being the case for the man, but...
I can't either, but you never know.
Yeah. Oh, man, this battle between third place is pretty tight. These guys are all over each other. I should say, Vasco's all over him.
Yeah, and I'm on board with Vasco at the moment, and it's interesting to see how he kind of short shifts. And I think
he's probably trying to settle the car out while he's going through the corner, because he is driving on the controller, whereas I know that J-Rod's running on a wheel, so it's a little different driving style. Oh, right. Man, he's just right there, just waiting. Oh, Vasco gets a little slippy there. But watch when Vasco comes out of this corner. Oh, I've seen him come out of that corner sideways, and then just somehow his back wheels just stick, and he just accelerates out of there and comes flying out of there. Oh.
Kind of like
J-Rod,
that.
That might have been it. That might have been it.
That very well could have been it. But no, a little bit of glitching there. What?
Yeah, what was that all about?
I have no idea. That was weird.
So I'm riding on board with J-Rod, looking back and just seeing this pink car just zipping around all over, looking for any line he can find to get around this purple car.
Yeah, and I'm currently on board with Francisco at the moment, looking at this beautiful purple and pink colored Crown Royal Jaguar.
Okay, here we go. He's just sitting in his draft.
Is it gonna happen?
Well, there's 4 minutes left, and guess whose gaslight just came on?
Yep, J-Roz. I just seen that. Just seen that. You hate to see it.
Yep, you do. And look who's right inside there. He's just putting the pressure on him. I wonder if that's Vasco's thing, is like, let me put the pressure on him, make him burn that fuel up trying to keep me at bay.
Well, that very well could be the case as well.
Yep, there's about 3 laps left in this race. Well, actually, let me take a look up here. Turbo is, he's already crossed the line, so he's doing 120, so he's got, that'll be 240. So he's got there's about 3 laps left in this race. And J-Rod is not going to make it. Oh, you hate to see that. He fought tooth and nail to get there. Now, he should be okay if he just tops off and gets out of there, because Joey Cannoli is just about 25 seconds behind those guys. So he doesn't have to stop for a lot of fuel to make the race, but if he does, Joey Cannoli could be right there. So
now, the one thing I'm interested at seeing here look like our fearless leader there had a mess up. He's now dropped to 29 seconds behind.
Oh yeah, he did a
Turbo.
148. He must have gone off track.
Well, that's pretty much going to seal the deal for Turbo, unless something catastrophic happens.
Yep. So Turbo, we got GAGT Driver's got a 30-second gap, so all he has to do is just make it around the track 2 more times, and he's got that locked up. Unless Vasco makes a mistake, he will be our 3rd position. Now J-Rod's only about 9 seconds behind him, so if Vasco makes a big enough mistake, I could draw him right up in there. Everybody
All it
else is
could.
about 15 seconds between each other, so...
Whew.
Alright, I'm going to run through our order really quick.
Yeah,
Give
you do
everybody one
that.
last look as we go. So there's Turbo coming up on Joey Cannoli. Joey Cannoli's probably thinking, no, you will not put me a lap down, sir. I will not have this. I will not. Number 2, GT Driver, our fearless leader. We keep saying that because the man fears nothing. And
He
he's
does
going to be our
not.
P2. Vasco in the Purple Machine, P3. In P4 we got J-Rod in the Jaguar.
It's a jag.
Joey Cannoli in P5, trying to get through another lap or two without getting put a lap down. It is right there, so we'll see how that goes for him. Baylor's in his Aston Martin is in P6. Venom in P7. Igorski in P8 in his BMW. I like his livery. It's kind of sweet, the black and the blue like that. Looks good.
Does.
And Kitchuation holding up the rear in P9, a couple laps down. Meanwhile, we got 20 seconds left on the clock. Will Turbo make it across the line? Before that, I don't think so. So when he comes across the line, that should finish the race, and we will see everybody coming through.
Yep, and Francisco is going to finish third officially. J-Rod going across to the line here. He's going to finish at a very respectable 4th place, flashing the lights there. Joey, we
Nice.
we gotta give some love to Joey.
Joey, there's your love, buddy, coming across the line. But
yes.
Turbo is now coming across the line for P1. Way to go, buddy. Nice job, Mr.
Yep,
Turbo.
there he is.
Good job.
A little bit of happy swerving there. G8 GT driver is getting through to the last part of the track there. Going on to the straights before eventually turning. Which that sounded really dumb.
It was fine. It was fine.
Look, man, it's late.
Welcome to P2, sir.
Yep. P2.
Nice job. Points is points, and that's how she rolls.
So there's
what a race.
And look at that. Everybody besides first and second got lapped.
Yep. That was some insane racing.
Yep.
Way to go there, Mr. Turbo. You're the man, sir.
Good at it, Turbski.
Woohoo. Shall we invite him in for... Do you want to invite him in for a little... see if he'll jump in with us?
Hey, man, you're the creator of the RWB Open. You do whatever you want.
Why don't you get that guy in here while I make sure I got this documented, what we're doing with this here race.
Okay. And for some reason, T64 Turbo is not showing up on here, so...
Well, I can suggest one. Let's see if we can find him. Yeah, where the heck is he?
Maybe he doesn't want an interview.
I guess he doesn't want an interview. Well, alright, fine. We won't do an interview. How's that sound? Alright, well, thank you, my friend. What a great opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
to commentate together. Maybe a little rough at getting at the start and figuring ourselves out, but we got the race done. We got some great racing done by these guys. So, to everybody that was watching, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our race. Come back Wednesday. We'll have another one of these at the Sarth. 60-minute endurance in the Group C cars from the olden days. And have a good night, everybody.
Yes, and I'm gonna finish up my stream here in just a sec. Do want to point out we do have an event tomorrow for the Rona Cup Invitational.
Oh, yes, the Rona Cup.
Yes, the Rona Cup. Sunday, I might be streaming because I will be making the ESGT debut for RWB Racing, so pretty excited. And then Tuesday will be the Gentleman's Tuesday race with European sports cars, and your boy Cupcake will be commentating. So that's gonna do it for us. We hope,
and for me.
Yep, and for you, Mr. 4 hours behind. So